So welcome back to my channel. Pakitapos lang itong video na to kasi napaka-importante ng i-discuss natin. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, itong Facebook ginagamit para siraan yung isang tao. So pwede kayong managot dyan for cyber libel. So tapusin nyo yung video, isi-share ko sa inyo ang isang napaka-halagang case. So as I mentioned, napapanahon. Okay? So halimbawa, itong si A nag-post sa Facebook, pinagbumura niya si B. So ito si B, nagdemanda cyber libel laban kay A. Ang depensa ni A, hindi niya daw account yung Facebook na yon and hindi daw siya yung post. Ang tanong dyan, paano natin mapapatunayan na si A yung may-ari ng Facebook and or yung Facebook post? So I will share with you the case of XXX versus people of the Philippines. This is a 2025 case and itong si XXX, totoong tao to. But there are instances na yung mga names or other information tinatago para maprotektahan yung identity ng mga bata. So si XXX, ex-boyfriend ni AAA. Then si XXX was charged for psychological abuse kay AAA by posting sa Facebook itong mga statements na to. So basahin nyo na lang at baka ayaw ni YouTube ng mga bad words. So ito na lang, flash ko on the screen. So the prosecution presented si AAA. Pati si CCC, yan yung sister ni AAA, and yung brother nila na si DDD. To summarize, dating magnobyo itong si XXX and si AAA. Meron silang anak na si BBB. Nakipag-break si AAA kay XXX because yung pagiging seloso and possessive ni XXX and other negativities. Dumating sa point na si AAA blinak na on Facebook si XXX. Then, on May 14, 2019, yung mga kapatid ni AAA naka-receive daw ng message sa kanilang Facebook allegedly coming from XXX. So, ito yung sinabi. So, next, thereafter, si AAA was informed by a friend na itong Facebook account na to may panibagong post on May 15, 2019 at 11:47 PM. So ito, in the Kapampangan language, pinagmumura si AAA. So flash ko on the screen ulit. Sabi ni AAA, public post daw ito and alam niya na siya ang pinatatamaan. So she felt threatened considering na yung violent tendencies ng kanyang ex na si XXX. So, nagdemanda si AAA for violation ng Republic Act 9262. Ito yung Violence Against Women and Children, Cyber Libel, and Grave Threats. Pero ang sumampa lang is itong RA 9262. Ito na, si XXX, ang depensa niya, hindi daw niya yun post. And sa mga oras na yun, nagtratrabaho siya sa restaurant. Bilang company policy, yung mga cellphones daw, iniiwan sa bag. Sabi din ni XXX, hindi siya yung may-ari ng Facebook account. Pwede daw na someone might have used his photo and created a fake Facebook account. Si XXX sinuggest din na si AAA yung nag-create nitong Facebook account and siya yung nagko-control nito. So hanggang itong si Korte, kinonvict si XXX. Ito yung rason ni Family Court. Sabi ni Family Court na identify and na-authenticate itong Facebook post and yung Facebook account. So, sino ba yung mga nag-identify and authenticate nito? Siyempre, yung mga witnesses ni AA. Ito yung kanyang mga kapatid. Mamaya natin i-discuss further ano ba yung findings. So, ayan, nag-appeal na si XXX sa Court of Appeals. Pero denied yung kanyang apela. So, hanggang nakarating yung case sa Supreme Court. So, ito na, sabi ng Supreme Court, si XXX yung author nung Facebook account and nung Facebook post. Ito yung pinaka-importante. Pakinggan niyo po ito. For establishing proof beyond reasonable doubt of the perpetrator of the crime committed through social media, the fact of ownership of the account or the post may be established including but not limited to the following. So ayan, post natin. Number 1, admission of ownership or authorship. So yan, madali lang yan kung aamin yung accused. Next is being seen accessing the account or composing the post. So, syempre, si witness dyan ang magte-testify. Halimbawa, nakita niya na tinatype sa Facebook itong libelous statements. Next is containing information known only to the offender or a few people. So, dito sa case na to, nangyari yan, mamaya i-highlight natin. Next is language consistent with the offender's characteristics. Next, yung mga records from the internet service provider, telecom. So, yan. Next is acts consistent with the previous post. Halimbawa, si XXX nag-post sa Facebook, then after that, lumabas siya ng kanyang bahay nakipag-usap sa kapitbahay in connection with that post. So, lastly, other instances showing ownership, access, or authorship. Applying this, the Supreme Court found that several factors prove XXX wrote the Facebook post because the account name of XXX bears his full name and yung profile photo showed him with his child from his current live-in partner. At ito pa, AAA sister, ito si CCC, also received messages from same account for years. Particularly, 2015 pa ginagamit ni XXX itong Facebook account. So, hindi niya madedenay na sa kanya tong account na to. The messages were sent under circumstances pointing to XXX as the user, katulad ng request niya to visit BBB, yun yung anak nila ni AAA. As mentioned earlier, ito yung information only known to XXX and other few people. Ito, sabi ng Supreme Court, the post also contained statements XXX was expected to know, such as yung nickname ni AAA and the fact that he had been blocked by AAA. At ito pa yung kinonsider ng Supreme Court, yung reactions and comments doon sa Facebook post show that the account, hindi yan dummy account. Lastly, the Supreme Court rejected yung depensa ni XXX na busy siya sa kanyang work and wala siyang access sa kanyang phone, saying that this did not prove na wala siyang opportunity to use his phone or any other device to access his Facebook during work. So that's it for today's topic. Sana marami kayong natutunan. For now, please like this video, share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to hit that notification bell icon para ma-notify kayo ng mga next videos ko na i-upload. Thank you very much.